So
Hello,
we are back.
you're
Hello,
back.
Edna.
Hi, Sam. Episode
So,
3.
so today, this is our first episode with a guest,
Mm-hmm.
another OFW, of course, because it's the theme of our channel. At least for now, we
Yeah.
want to talk to fellow OFWs of all walks of life of any country in the world. So for our first guest, let us welcome Joyce. Hello,
Hi.
Joyce.
Episode
Hi.
3, not bad. Congratulations, ladies.
Thanks. Dami namin viewers.
Okay, good job. Aabot
So, how
tayo
are
dyan.
you,
Ano?
Joyce? Where in the world are you right now?
I'm in Singapore, in River Valley,
Mhm.
in my house for the last 3 years. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But
you moved.
I've always been staying here. I think it's always a balance of whether you're gonna go to find a place that's far away, but then Grab and everything else is so expensive, or
Mhm.
if you have meetings in the central area, it's more convenient. Although when I started, which was in 2008, when I moved to
Diyan
Singapore,
ka na ba?
I was living in Jurong. Yun yung
Oh,
unang-una
wow.
kong una kong location, which is like far west, only because most of my friends were staying there. And obviously, I was a
Mhm.
senior then, so and the minimum wage was not very high. So
Mhm.
naturally, the wages, even for a managerial or I think I moved here as a planner, media planner.
Okay.
Um,
So,
so
Jurong lang yung afford mo, ganon.
lahat naman tayo magsasimula talaga na you shared
Yes.
rooms, so it's most
Agree.
convenient. So
Yeah.
it's good because I wasn't the first one amongst our group of friends na lumipat dito. So it was
Mm.
easy kasi you have
You had friends.
parang easy na yung infrastructure in that sense na may matitirang ka na, meron
Mm.
nang nakapag-scout ng area and location, etc. etc. Yun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and then I think
2008.
siguro kailan ba ako
Sabi
lumipat out of siguro mga after 3 4 years when people started moving more centrally, syempre mas afford na. And then I think that's where I really appreciated that I didn't have to pay at that time, parang kung
Yeah.
gigimik ka sa Clarky, parang $20 off the bat na yon, one
Clarky
round para,
dating us
oo, di ba?
again.
Or
Back when
magna-night,
Clarky was
or,
happening.
di ba?
the
Or
bridge.
magna-night bus ka from Clarky kasi may night bus pa noon dahil ini-encourage nila yung
Mm.
gimmick for like almost an hour. Isipin mo lasing-lasing ka na, tapos Sabado ng gabi, tapos uwing-uwi ka na, pero dahil ayaw mo magbayad ng taxi, magbabas
Ay,
ka
hindi.
to
Lagi
all
ako
the way.
nagtatakot. Hindi
Ay,
kaya.
Pero someone who's like
wow.
down to the sense, oh, si Joyce, oh, nagko-commute
Di ba?
siya. Why
Oh, di ba?
not?
Pero,
Exactly.
Yeah. I had friends
ah,
like that, like nung nag-meet sa house to house na recently. Like when I was still there, they would excuse themselves to say, "Oh, sorry, I have to catch the bus."
Yeah.
Which is amazing, right?
Which, yeah,
Kahit na
and,
isang oras pa
ano
yan.
yun, ayaw gusto lang nilang umuwi.
but on that, I was just
But
telling someone
still.
nga, parang, natutuwa ako dito actually I guess since nung sobrang biglang tumaas yung cost of living sa Singapore, you notice that even a lot of expats actually take buses.
Yeah.
Like a lot
I
more
mean, it's
than
one of the
I
best in the world. Seriously, why
exactly
wouldn't you take the bus?
to the point na you have at some point nakikita ko like you have like three baby strollers na hindi na sila nagkasya-kasya sa bus. Kasi nga
Yeah.
parang sa sobrang daming families na
Kasi
even if it's
how
more
much
practical
more
to grab.
expensive is that? How much more expensive is that? Like, what? $2 versus $20
Hindi
per
na. Parang
pax.
No,
even
yeah.
nasa 25.
Diba? So,
25.
get completely understand.
Yeah. No,
Hindi. So
exactly.
wait, mag-ano muna tayo kasi syempre this is about Joyce. This is about life of
Yeah.
OFWs. So like, okay, let's go back to the beginning. So why
Wow.
Singapore? Like why did you leave Manila? Is it because you wanted to leave Manila or is it because you wanted Singapore? Like si Joyce nga pala, I think was my only friend Ish. Hindi pa tayo like super
Oh, hindi
friends.
tayo close nun eh.
Um,
Oo, sakto lang.
when I moved to Singapore, so nag-consult ako sa kanya konti. But yeah, I think we were just like less than a year apart when I
Mm.
moved. Nauna siya. So anyway, so why Singapore? I don't think I ever asked you like your origin story.
Okay, so 2005 I started in advertising. 2007 I worked on Procter and Gamble as an account. Doon tayo nagka-work together, 'di ba? And I think at that point, dahil may ambition akong to pursue more on strategy, and it was either a choice of, I think PNG at that point was probably the best account you can work on if it's strategy. And the option for me was, do I want to work on a telco account, which is predominantly a media buying account? Kasi, di ba, nung time na yun, pagandahan lang ng space ng media mo eh, ng parang front page, back page, and do I want that? Or do I want to pursue, what's the next step, kumbaga? So parang, I wanted to do regional roles. Hong Kong was the easier option because that's something that I was familiar with. The problem with Hong Kong, and anong time na yun, classified ads pa talaga. As in, nakasulat talaga doon. You really know how to speak Cantonese. Parang, it's a must. Eh, hindi naman ako marunong mag-Cantonese. So, parang then, okay, fine, Singapore. I was talking to regional counterparts that I was working with. And then, and then parang sinabi nila na, oh, maraming opportunity dito, especially for advertising, and because I think they're establishing regional presence, for the most part. And then I moved to a local agency first because they were the first to respond, Sachi Lab. I don't know
Did
whether
you
they still
did
exist.
you go through like a job street kind of thing, or you got
Literally,
referral?
yes, Job Street kind of thing.
So you
Ako
As in
din.
searched
literal
online.
classifieds.
You searched
Yeah,
online.
yeah, yeah.
Ako
Online
din.
classified.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm.
hindi pa siya yung parang magandang job street ngayon na. Like, literal na
Job
parang,
wala pang LinkedIn nun.
Yeah,
parang
job
talagang
street.
old school. Tapos,
Yeah, yeah.
so I got that, parang secured that role. And then, my regional counterpart in Starcom at that point said, why don't you try Starcom? Sabi ko, I didn't wanna, alam mo naman, parang, in my
Mm.
mind, parang I don't wanna be judged. So sabi ko, nag-commit na ako dun sa previous agency. So, and then lo and behold, I moved here April.
Wait, sorry,
I got
pause. So, was the interview online? Nag-email kayo? Paano?
online interview. I submitted. Sorry, the whole process was I saw the posting. I sent my CV. I think one round of interview, and then they
Online
emailed the offer on. Oh my God, oo nga no.
or
I
call?
think
Long distance?
parang call
Okay.
ata, and then um uh emailed the offer. And then at that time kasi, hindi naman uso yung mga, you have to go to POEA then. Parang you get your in-principle approval um,
First.
first. So again, I was lucky na nandito yung mga friends ko, so they were able to walk me through the process.
Right.
And then, ayun, and then started the job in April. It was an agency behind Plaza Singapura, yung 100 Steps. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Yung malapit kay Tara, yung 100 Steps to
Edel.
Heaven.
Edel din
Oh,
before
Yeah,
yun,
yan.
that
yun.
was where I was in
So,
Wilkie. To
yes. And
Sophia.
then, oo, na parang if you miss the bus, kasi may bus na in-offer
Yes.
yung office namin before. You have to walk all the way up. Parang, fuck,
Mm-hmm.
100 steps. Anyway,
Oh.
awa ng Diyos, I got fired in June. Literally, it was just like the weirdest thing. Parang, started my job in probably April 15, April 16. Got fired like first week of June. And then
Okay.
immediately, I called the contact that I had with Starcom. Kasi it's just like, what the fuck, diba?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
parang, and then, sabi nung nag-interview sa akin, just in time, I was about to hire someone else. Kasi they liked me in the interview before. Pero sabi ko nga, I didn't wanna pursue that because nag-commit na ako dun sa isa. And then from there, tuloy-tuloy na.
So,
Okay. Sorry.
did you bet that
So,
other
kasi sobrang so career yung motivation mo
Oh,
for
tsaka kasi
leaving.
diba magulo rin yung pamilya ko. And parang for me, it was I don't see myself really staying in the Philippines for both reasons, career and family. And then at that time, most of my friends were here as well. So parang it was such an easy, no-brainer decision. And then at that time, I remember I had this very dramatic, kasi nag-aaway kami ng nanay ko noon. So parang sinabi ko sa nanay ko, pahingin ng kopya ng birth certificate ko. Sabi niya, bakit? So parang she didn't want to give it to me, the original. So I had to ask another one. Kasi nga in my mind, at the back of my head, gusto kong mag-apply ng permanent residency in Singapore. Alam mo yun, at that time, before, when I left for Manila,
It
when
was
I
a
left for,
long-term plan that you had na parang if I
yeah,
move out for good na to.
that's, yeah, parang there's no turning back. Although, parang at that time, syempre, hindi ko pa inayos yung gamit ko sa Manila. Parang, it was like, I just had like 2 suitcases and then moved. But then, in my mind, parang I'm not gonna go back to this situation, considering the relationship what we had sa family namin.
Right. Okay. So how long has it
So
been?
when you moved to Singapore, as in, yun na yun, like, you didn't plan to. Kasi, like, I think a lot of expats in general, parang, 2-3
2
years lang,
years, yeah.
see how.
We have this thing, I always have this thing na parang, if pag may bagong salta dito, I always measure them for na 2 years. That's a 2-year mark. Kasi kung talagang hindi ka magtatagal, ay kung ayaw mo na within the 2-year mark, talagang uuwi ka or you're going somewhere else.
Yeah,
Pero pag
ganun din yung
nalampasan mo na yon, that's
Yeah.
it. It's a long-term thing.
Yeah, well,
I
every
really-
time I meet someone new and they say this, oh, maybe 2-3 years, I'll ask you again in 2 years
Yeah,
or less.
exactly. Yeah.
Wait, I have a
So,
question. Did you vet that other agency before you moved there? Because you know that your current company, okay, this is a big one. And then meron na akong office mate who's telling me that I can move there. But you chose this other one. Wala lang, pinaniwalaan mo lang siya.
well, Sachi Lab,
That's
so
at the
it was
time.
part of Sachi. But the thing
Lalo
is, my
na.
friends are not in the advertising industry. So parang,
Okay.
it was hard for them to basically give a gauge. Yung counterpart ko naman sa Starcom, syempre hindi ko naman sinabi sa kanya saan ako lilipat per se, di ba?
Right.
Parang,
Yeah.
and probably it wasn't, kasi it was like a smaller chain of Sachi at that time. Full
Ang daming
service siya.
smaller chains of Sachi.
Of Sachi, yeah. So parang, and it was full service. Tapos natatawa ako kasi parang they wanted to start a media team, but they wanted me to be the strategist ng full service, so meaning creative and media. Tapos parang they didn't understand what I was doing kasi media nga di sila exposed. And then I remember yung boss namin noon, sobra siyang like nakakatawa kasi may mga nagkukwento sa akin ng mga office mates ko noon. Naggalit na galit siya kapag hinahire ng HR yung mga malalayong nakatira kasi ang mahal ng taxi pag nag-OT.
For overtime.
Ganun siya ka levels of like kakuriputan. Like,
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess aren't you glad you were fired several weeks
in
into it?
hindsight, yeah. For sure. Like parang, pero isipin mo nung the day I got fired was a Friday, right? And ang policy kasi noon, you couldn't get your things. Like, literally, kinausap ako ng boss ko na puti, who's now staying in, I think, Thailand. He said to me, parang, it's not you, it's just that parang, the usual na parang, they don't understand what you're doing. They couldn't understand it. So parang, I'll pack your boxes and then I'll give it to you. And then let me know if there's anything I can help. Yung very standard puti, di ba? Tapos parang, ako naman, shit talaga. Like parang, fuck, never in my lifetime ako na-fire. I mean, I take pride, maayos naman ako magtrabaho. Tapos parang na-fire ka. In a country where, essentially, na parang 30 days lang yung visa mo that you're allowed to stay. And you're not gonna go back na parang, shit, tangay na, inilis ako yung pamilya ko, tapos ngayon, puta, uuwi akong luhaan. Yung ganun. So, parang, as in, nag-kick in agad yung, ano ka na, I'll just take a shot at it. Tapos yun, tapos I think that, tapos nakakatawa, the week after, hindi siya nakakatawa, pero yung irony ng nun, the week after, parang I started immediately, and then, that same week namatay lolo ko, so I had to go back to Manila. As in, para siyang surreal. Kasi parang kababalik mo na Singapore and parang I swore my family na parang hindi ko na kikitain ulit ever. Tapos 2 months later, 3 months later, parang namatay lolo ko, so I had to go back. And parang, and again, it's part of an OFW experience, right? You experience your first death in the family that you have to come back. You experience your first parang, how do you deal with your boss? Kasi yung concept lang na, shit, meron bang bereavement? Paano ba yun? And then, I think at that time, I had to do my first OEC shit, di ba? And wala, I mean, di ba, hindi ka prepared. So, parang lahat yun, like,
Physically
happening.
sa embassy pa yun.
Oh, physically embassy. Tapos parang they have like these 2 sheets of paper na parang, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? Tapos parang if you don't get it, para sasabi nila, you can get it, pero kung 48 hours ka lang sa Pilipinas, they can give you an exception sa airport that you can get or something like that. So parang ako, hindi ko alam kasi hindi clear sa akin hanggang kailan ako doon. Yung mga ganun. But yeah.
So all of this happened not even like less than a year into it.
Yep. So you move, you get fired, you experience your first death back home. You experience and at that time, dahil lumalaki na yung group namin na lumilipad dito, kasi we were all like weeks apart, yung mga kasabay ko amongst my friends. So we then decided to move out and then like find an apartment. So everything was all happening at the same time. Parang medyo overwhelming siya. Kaya parang I think when you get older, that concept, nung bata ka, syempre, first time ko magsasign ng contract, ganyan, di ba? Parang sa isang bahay, because it's independence and all that shit. Ngayon, parang you just dread the whole process. Parang, yeah. Oh, yun.
Parang ang dami na bigla to take in. No, but I mean, it's true, right? Like, parang, I guess when you're on your own in a foreign country, you really feel the weight of like, okay, ginusto ko to eh. So, kailangan ko ito panindigan. So, you have to make it work.
Ano ba yung mga pinag-usapan natin before? Ano yung mga first impressions or any culture shocks or any positive surprises, whatever? So, just comparing and contrasting Manila and Singapore.
Obviously, hindi tayo I used to commute in Manila, like MRT levels. But MRT was like easy, right? Kasi klaro naman yung stops and all. But that was the first time that I was taking bus. And at that time, wala pang app shit na yan, like libro. I remember, I don't know if you guys remember that, but you know, we had this like pocketbook, literal na pocketbook na sobrang kapal. And then you have to find if you're going to Orchard from Jurong.
Oo, wala pang smartphone nun with Google Maps or whatever.
Correct. Tapos parang, at that time, syempre, I think the first time I commuted, I took the bus, wala pa akong MRT card noon. Wala pang EasyLink noon. Syempre, bagong lipat ka lang, di ba? So, cash. Hindi naman ako na-brief ng maayos na bawal, parang wag kang magdadala ng bills kasi kung nagbe-bills ka, wala kang sukli. Kasi di ba, coins lang dapat eh, di ba? So, parang ako, oh my God. So, parang sabi, syempre, I think I moved to Singapore literally only with 2,000 US lang. Like, imagine mo ang tapang ko, di ba? Kasi parang 2,000 US, di nga kasha yun sa deposit.
Ako, 1,000 US lang. 1,000 US lang ako.
1,000 US yung pagdating mo dito? Yung unang baong pera?
Yeah. Pero parang I think may rent there. Parang short term lang ako eh. Like, hindi siya long term. Parang may transient house set up.
So, walang deposit? You didn't have to pay a deposit?
Wala. 500 yung rent ko. And then like 4 weeks for my first sweldo, I guess. And at the time, $500 for a month was a lot already. I don't know, yeah.
Magkano Yossi nun?
500 US pa yun.
I think Yossi nun was reasonably priced. Parang, if I remember correctly, $8. So parang, kung magbibisyo ka, beer was actually relatively affordable, like $6 or something, for like a bar na yun eh. So parang, titipirin mo yung mga ano, pero you can afford it pa rin. I think that was something that I appreciated with Singapore, na parang, in it, because you again, it's the first time that you're thinking budgeting talaga properly, because you're no longer staying with family, you're staying on your own. You have to contribute to grocery, you have to contribute to electricity and all that. Parang talagang tinitipid mo yung pera mo. So it wasn't easy for me then to fly back in and out of Manila. And at that time, when I had to go back dahil namatay yung lolo ko, sabi ko, bad trip naman, di pa umabot sa sweldo. So parang tangina yung emergency funds ko, parang yun yung ginagamit pang bili ng ticket eh, di ba? Yun, so first, first house was in Jurong. Then at that time the job was in Chinatown. So everyday commute. But at that point, and I think one of the things that I really I think when you're new, lahat kami sa Starcom noon expat. So gabi-gabi umiinom kami. Kasi parang wala kang feeling that you have to go back to your family, right? So parang di inom tayo, OT inom, OT inom. So medyo naging ganon. So I would actually say that probably 80% of my salary just went to drinking nung bata ka. Kasi araw-araw kami umiinom eh. Tapos Friday, pa-party ka, gigimik ka pa ulit. I think, nung time na yun, Sabado, doon ako well-behaved. Kasi, wala ka ng pera eh. Inubos na yung pera sa kaiinom ng Monday to Friday. And then, yeah. And
So,
then,
safe to say, wala kang savings.
nung time na yun, wala. Kasi parang magkano lang sweldo mo. Tapos yung mga horror stories ko pa nun, yung parang natapon ng cleaning lady yung expenses ko. Kasi OT eh, di ba? So, if-file mo yung taxi, ganyan. Resibo pa nun, wala namang email ng Grab nun, di ba? So, isipin mo, staple mo, nice yung comfort taxi receipts mo, tapos biglang tinapon ng cleaning lady, siguro mga almost $1,000 worth of claims.
Grabe.
Tayo na talaga nung parang di mo alam kung paano, ano sasabihin ng finance, we can't do anything, right? Pero tinapon niya kasi mukha daw lukot-lukot, parang malamang kasi resibo yun eh. But yeah, I mean, those are shits that I experienced.
So, how long were you in the workforce before you were able to save something? Like, how long in Singapore? Syempre, I
Well,
would assume nag-increase ka na or
oo.
wala, nagbago ba yung buhay mo? Na parang, okay, I need to stop drinking. I need to like change something. Or inintay mo lang na umakyat ka ng corporate ladder, ganon.
Kasi yun ang generational, di ba parang medyo kasi we're so close to our parents' generation na parang, you just work hard, you'll get, hindi yung parang ngayon na, sinuswerte ka na lang, magaling ka mag-stocks, gano'n. May naman concept ng gano'n sa atin dati, di ba? Parang, magtayo ka ng sarili mong, I don't know, like, parang the other day, I was watching yung Poly Market at saka si Kalshi on, like, binibet nila lahat. But anyway, that's a separate topic for a different day. Anyway, the point is, parang, wala namang mga ganong sideline na utak mo. Tapos we were working 14 hours a day. So parang, you never really had time of thinking about other stuff. And the thing is, the work kasi there was, kunwari, yung isang kliyente, we were the agency that launched Marina Bay Sands. And this is actually very critical kasi when I don't know if any of you worked on a casino account, but it was the first account na I worked on. And I remember the client was giving us briefs at like 9 p.m. expecting us at 9 a.m. meron na kaming proposal ng out of home, for example. Sa Pilipinas, feasible yun eh. Kasi sa Pilipinas, you call ABS-CBN in the middle of the night, they'll give you a package. In Singapore, wala. Kasi, di ba, Singapore dito, wala. Lalo ng mga locals, they're like, I don't care, 6 o'clock. Di ba, I mean, sa Pilipinas, you go to a mall at 10:02, kakatok ka, gusto mo lang bumili ng something from them, they will entertain you. Dito, at 9:50, they're already packing up, right? And they're closing their POS, and then they're like, no, sorry. Wala akong pakialam kahit magbayad ka pa sa akin ng sales ko for today, alam mo yun, they wouldn't entertain. So, at that time, yung you're straddling between what is the work attitude that we had, or the work ethics that we had in the Philippines, and then you're trying to learn more about the ethics of the locals and even the expats. So parang I think that was my first year. It was a definition of that, learning how to navigate between the two. Kasi feeling mo Pilipino ka, parang, and to a certain extent, parang ang dami naming Pinoy. So parang Pinoys and Malaysians. And parang medyo close yung work ethics na work you keep working plus expats ka pa. So yung mga iba at 6 o'clock alis na sila, and hindi ko na reconcile yun kasi parang akala mo, grabe naman tong mga to. Parang yung mga local na uuwi ng maaga, parang, ba yan? Wala man lang, ba't di nila tapusin yung trabaho nila? Pero actually, now that you're older and having lived in Singapore, you know that that's the right thing to do. Kasi there's such a thing as work-life balance, which wasn't really something that was, highlighted to us in the Philippines dati. Well, si Sam,
Mabilis
yan.
ko na-reconcile yun.
Oh, alam mo, kasi
Ako rin.
ikaw yung bukod tangi, di ba? Ikaw nga yung
Ako rin.
call out dati ni Nap, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero yun.
As long as you're doing your job,
So, sorry, going back to answer your question, parang, when was the time that I started to actually start saving? I think obviously when you go up the ladder. Pero, ang problema kasi is, at that time, hindi mataas yung sweldo per se. Like, but mataas for us kasi galing tayo Pilipinas, and even till now, when you compare, let's say, a media manager's salary here versus in the Philippines, the difference is a lot. But when I'm saying na parang kunwari, ang laki na ng, at there was one point where the industry was desperate to get younger people, or
diverging,
new fresh grad. So parang yung sweldo nila, tinaasan nila ng sobrang-sobra, na parang yung sweldo ko nung senior manager ako dito when I started moving to Starcom, parang mas mataas pa yung sweldo nila as the lowest salary, lowest level in a media agency. So hindi pa ako marunong magnego masyado nun eh. Hindi pa ako marunong magnego masyado nun. And again, you learned that.
So, kailan ka nakapag-save?
No,
And kailan ka yung pera mo? Kailan ka nakapag-save River Valley?
Kailan? No, actually, nung nag-start na ako mag-invest ng property sa Pilipinas. Kasi parang yun yung
Wait, so how were you able to invest if you were spending so much on drinking? 80% you said of your salary almost went to drinking.
Tumaas yung sweldo mo. At that time, awa ng Diyos, the salary increment was outpacing the cost of living.
So you had to do that. You waited for the increase. You waited for the new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mga ano lang yun, Joyce, ha? 2015?
When I moved to OMD. I'm talking OMD days. So that's 2011.
Hindi, bumalik ka ng condo.
Yung first ko.
Hindi ba mindshare na yun?
No.
Regardless.
After,
it was a while. Since you were able to buy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kasi, I guess, carefree ka pa eh. Di ba? Parang gusto mong gumastos. Kahit sa labas.
I have to say. Yep.
Di ba? It's
I look back at my life and then like, yeah,
I enjoyed fun life.
Yeah, it was very fun. Very.
I mean,
loving, traveling.
And you can't do that now, right? Oh, yun, di ba?
You can. Actually, Joyce, you still can.
No, meaning, for example, like, ngayon mas conscientious ka na gumastos. Like before kasi alam mo yung earning age mo nun mahaba pa. Yung runway mo mahaba pa. Noong time na, sige, Europe tayo, Europe. Ganun. Mura naman eh. Sige, afford, ganyan.
Yeah. I guess now you start thinking about retirement. When do you want to retire? I want to retire.
When do I want to work? I want to not work.
But then, I have to say, when you made that decision, ang bilis mo naman na-achieve your condo, now plural condos, property, diba?
Yes, but at the
Mm.
same time, ito na yung, okay, syempre I started my business in 2020. That was literally a month before COVID. I left 2019 corporate, diba? So, nag-freelance ako until 2020. 2020 February, started my business formally. March 2020, COVID happened. Sobrang weird nung mundo nun eh, 'di ba? So parang ang dami ko ring, to be fair, ang dami kong naubos dun sa savings ko nun. Kasi you're starting, you don't know
Mhm.
what's happening. I'm not Singaporean, so wala akong ayuda in that sense. I'm PR. Iba yun, yun yung distinction dun talaga eh. And then when you get to then I think luck, I would say, from a business perspective, came on year 1.5 of COVID. That's when things were more stable. I got a client that was and then I had a big team because the work required it. But I would say that things haven't really been as great for the last 3 years, and that's also when the cost of living in Singapore suddenly just like zoomed up, right? So
Mhm.
parang now it's becoming like a question of um, uh, it it's no longer as, I would say, uh, parang it's no longer a straight line of progression when you have a business,
Mhm.
and you also even in our industry, 'di ba? Kasi parang there's so
Mhm.
many layoffs happening, ganito ganyan.
So,
So it's
fast
hard
track
to
again.
mm.
How did you decide to leave your corporate job and start a business? I mean, that's very bold for someone to be, I mean, ikaw lang mag-isa sa Singapore and then you leave your comfortable job and then business. So, alam mo yun, I think for a lot of Filipinos, parang that's very bold. Like, why would you do that?
Kasi in the industry, I felt that there were so much of gaps from an agency perspective that I wanted to do more. Halimbawa, when you talk to clients, they're like, help me with the business problem. But their view of you being an employee of a media agency would always be na parang, ang kaya mo lang i-contribute is what a media agency can do. It's within your scope.
Okay.
But I
So,
wanted
you
to do
saw an
more. Yun yung
opportunity from a
I
business
saw an
perspective.
opportunity at that time. At that time, konti pa lang naman yung umaalis ng ahensya tapos nagsa-start ng consultancy.
Yeah.
Ngayon, everyone's doing that. Pag na-lay off
Yeah.
ka, pag napagod ka sa ahensya, everyone's doing that. So now, it's a different environment, I would say.
I guess my
But at that
question
time,
is like, what's your safety net? It's really just your savings. That's your safety net.
um, yes, and also rental income in the Philippines, which is not ideal
Ah,
given the fact na the condo situation in the Philippines is also something not good. Plus forex, yun isa pa yun. I think one thing, and again, I know we're talking in the context of OFW. At that time, when I moved here, I think the forex was 28 to 31. Now we're at 49. So parang I was thinking about selling the properties, but the problem was lugi ako because hindi nagmaterialize yung nakikita nila na parang incremental na yung valuation increase ng condo, and B, the forex pa lang lugi na ako. So parang between those two, you really figure out na yung
but
it's
I
not
guess
a
what
straight.
I'm getting at is you already have like another revenue stream for you to be able to leave your corporate job there in Singapore and you know put up a business also there in Singapore. Was it hard to put something like how much money did you have to do to I don't
Setting
know
up a business is
incorporate?
not, this is the easiest place to do so. You probably, I think, if I remember correctly, the only amount that I had to put is $1,000 for to open a corporate bank account, and I
Yeah.
guess roughly around another 1,000 to get like the initial account. Yung lakad lang yung
Mm-hmm.
accountancy, whatever, ganon. It took them, I mean, 2 weeks to set it up at that time.
Okay.
Um,
So mabilis.
so yeah.
It's not like here, parang ang dami-daming kailangan i-submit, whatever, incorporation, ek, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets. As with anything, I guess, in Singapore, mabilis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, any, like is Singapore home or are you open to moving elsewhere? Where do you want to retire also is another. Singapore is expensive.
But you're
I
PR.
have I have I was 5 years ago, I was extremely certain that this was retirement for me. Um,
Mhm.
Singapore is
because
retirement for you?
5 years ago, right? I was 100%. You can't change my mind in that thinking. Um, but you see, for example, I think a lot of my friends. I think one of the things that you realize about Singapore is very transient. It's a transient place, right? And parang kunwari, you have friends moving out, you have friends coming in and out na parang you start that's one kasi syempre wala ka nang family dito. Tapos yung mga kaibigan mo na akala mo magtatagal dito, they're starting to realize na maybe it's better for them to go back home kasi gusto na nila na yung mga parents nila, which is uh, they're
Mm.
also considering yung life that they can the time that they can spend with them, or they have better opportunities outside because Singapore is becoming difficult market, right? So parang recently one of the FMCGs were saying that Singapore's the most expensive market uh, sa sweldo nila globally.
Mm.
So a lot of the
Yep.
HQs are also reconsidering Singapore. So the question is, are the opportunities still here? And is the cost of living something that I
Mm.
can manage, right? I'm assessing. Am I open to moving? Moving, possibly. I considered like, what if I just do a digital nomad in Bali, or like go to yung the usual, mag-Spain na lang kaya ako, yung mga ganon, di ba?
Mm.
But sa ngayon, I think I'm still okay here in Singapore. When I would travel to Manila for work, because I would have clients in Manila, I think one thing was really, what I realized was Manila's really expensive for what it is. Even if I decide
Mm-hmm.
to move back to Manila, the salaries are not gonna be great. Doing business is not gonna be
No,
easy.
you're digital nomad in Manila. Like you can still work on your
I
business
found
here, but
Manila
for Manila.
I found Manila extremely expensive. The thing is,
And you
I
have a
don't think what
condo.
no, what I don't think, okay, what I'm saying is that in Manila, rent aside, in Singapore, rent aside, I think, for example, um, here, you really don't have to use Grab. Philippines, kung wala kang kotse, kailangan mo mag-Grab. Right?
True.
Kasi parang yun yung pinaka-convenient, or you're not gonna waste your time or get yourself into a really tough situation commuting. I don't mind commuting as an individual. It's just a matter of, is it a practical move in the Philippines? It's not. Second, I think in general, I felt Philippines was expensive na. Parang I was there in January. I had to take a grab from Makati to Muntinlupa. It was 900 pesos.
Mhm.
Like, I don't quite get it, right? From, especially if you're earning Philippine peso and all that. Um, a lot of my clients here, I think one thing in the business perspective, and also that's what's keeping me here, is that contacts and the reputation of Singapore is still good. So if you're a Singapore, you identify yourself more as a Singapore company versus, let's say, an Indonesian or Filipino or Thai company. Ang laki ng difference kasi Singapore companies are still being seen as more advanced and more, I would say, have proper governance, and more disciplined and less corrupt. Um, yun. So, uh, Singapore for now, but I'm more open.
Okay. I guess we'll ask you in 5 years. In another 5 years. Okay, Joyce. So there's a lot. Thank you for sharing
What?
everything you shared.
Yun na yun.
Yeah.
Is there anything? Sige, maybe parting words.
Yeah. Parting
What's
words
the
like
what's the best thing about Singapore and the worst thing about Singapore for you? And similarly, same questions for the Philippines.
Okay. I think,
Iklian mo yung sagot mo.
Philippines, a handful of friends. Yun na lang. Very limited
The
number of
best
friends.
thing. Okay.
Yun na yung best. Worst,
Yeah.
I can go on and on. But I think one is I struggle with the work ethics in the Philippines, to be very honest. Second is obviously the usual corruption, traffic, etc., etc. So the lack of opportunities to be productive. Best thing about
Mm.
Singapore, I think Singapore, the Singapore as a brand, Singapore as a um, I like how it's so normal and it's so it's very counterintuitive, but I enjoy the freedom I have in Singapore na hindi ka beholden on a particular expectation in society, whereas in the Philippines may ganon. um for
True.
example again, very quick example, para again, you take a bus, everyone is kind of like the same, right? Kaya mayaman ka, kaya mahirap ka, everyone takes the buses, everyone takes the train. In the Philippines, you really don't have that because there's a lot more entitlement in the Philippines. The worst thing about Singapore right now is I do feel that they're losing a bit of their grip. Um, Medyo controversial yun, no? They're losing a bit of
I
their
know. I
grip.
want to hear more.
I think in the sense that parang you do see and hear a lot of people are being more upset about the cost of living, and
Mm-hmm.
we're losing our soul more. Like you have
Mm-hmm.
restaurants and all that closing down and all that. So I do hope that Singapore can figure that out, which there is a possibility. I mean, there's confidence that they would, right? It's just a matter of balancing things out.
Let's make Singapore fun again.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
we've been recently
Wow, Clarky.
our
Wow.
algorithm
It's a
no, our
controversial
algorithm
statement.
no, it's yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's because, we're older, but our even our
Mhm.
algorithms know, right? Like recently we were pushed this video of the good old day, the glory days,
I saw
the
that.
peak of Clarkey party scene, the iconic bridge where yeah, people were just hanging out, getting drunk.
I think
Clubs
we should have that like as
more.
another episode to just talk
Pag
about
nandito
the
si
good old
Rose,
days.
pag nandito si Rose tapos si Tara, tapos siyayain mo yung mga, how did you meet your significant other? Diyan kami nag-ano, diba? Or like,
No,
like,
but
dami dun,
seriously,
no?
I think that's a good because we all, I mean, our common denominator is Singapore. I think it's good to have that as a
Yeah.
separate
Yeah.
conversation. Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna be interesting what Singapore would, kasi the changes have been drastic. I'd be curious to see how Singapore is in the next 6 months, a year, and 2 years. Because it's very different from 2008 Singapore for sure.
Cool. Wow, you're challenging
Yep.
the Singapore government. I love it. Makakarating.
Wag naman
I mean, we still love it here.
Makakarating sa kanila.
paki-edit out na lang kasi mahal ko yung PR.
Hindi, kasi ang dami naming viewers. Makakarating yan.
We still love it here. We love it in
No, I love
Singapore.
it.
Buti
I
hindi
love
na
it
ako
here.
part.
I love it here. I mean,
I love Singapore.
diba?
I don't live there anymore.
Diba?
I love Singapore.
Parang iba yung relationship mo sa Changi. Oh my God, Changi, it's like the best. The moment you're in Changi, oh my God.
You're
It's like,
home.
yeah, you're home.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway. Okay.
Paki-edit out. Thank you.
No, we're not gonna edit this. That's why we're here. We're not editing any. Oh, sige.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Joyce.
Okay,
Thanks.
thanks. Bye.
So, thanks everyone. Thanks Joyce. Bye Adele.
Bye.